what's up, you guys? This is Mr. Phenomenal on What's Your Point of View. Man, stay tuned. These guys are doing some phenomenal things, man. I just appreciate them. Yo, let's win, you guys. Let's be successful. Let's be greater than we ever thought that we could be.
Tell me what's your point of view? What's your point of view? Tell me what's your point of view? It is your view. Point of view. Point of view. What's your point of view? It's time to hear from you. Welcome to Point of Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. We are here in the studio. We are here with JOEL PAYNE, aka the barber, aka motivational speaker. He wear a lot of hats. Say hello to the people.
What's up, people? How y'all feeling?
All right, so let's just jump right into it. Right. Now, it's like okay, what do I pick out of all these scenarios? But let's talk about being a barber. What made you want to start cutting hair and being a barber stylist?
Well, so I started working in a barbershop when I was like 10, right? And I always used to love the craft and the creativity of the barber. And I was a great, artist. I could draw really, really good. So, the guy I was working for, he was teaching me at the age of 10. And then I just lost interest, got in some trouble, at like age 14. And then one day, it was like maybe like 8 years ago, I was like, I looked up and I seen that the guys that I were working with didn't have what I wanted in my future. And I was working a dead end job. I was like, man, I walked off the job. And then I called the hair school. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try hair. And so I called my sister, and I was like, yo, come get me. I got a plan, right? And she was like, what now, Joel? Because I always got all these plans. So I'm like, look. We going to go to hair school, and we going to open up a shop. She was like, man, I ain't doing it. And I was like, come on, I'm calling them now. So I calls them, and we enroll in hair. We've enrolled in school. We finished school, and it's just been journey from there. So hair is fun.
Wow, you can be creative.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And you get to talk to people.
Well, back in the day, the barbershop was everything. It was the hospital. It was therapy, exercise. It was like everything you needed. You could get from the barbershop.
Absolutely.
The doctor's office, everything.
Yeah.
So it's still it's definitely, as they say, therapeutic, because you get to talk, vent, all that good stuff.
And it's a great place to network. It's a solid place to network because you can build solid relationships. You see a person week after week, and everybody just gets to know each other, children and all that. So, it's all in one, for real. It's all in one.
Okay. And then now you also have Phenomenal Weight. Talk to us about that.
So it started from like the cheer, and your husband was like, he was one of my practice guys. You know what I mean? Motivation. I'm motivating him, speaking, and we just grew together, and it's like basically tapping into human potential. You know what I mean? All our talents, all our gifts, because we all. Well, study shows that we all have about 500 to 700 talents and abilities that we never tap into. Wow. So that's what it's about. Just maximizing our time doing something productive, so our children's children could, benefit.
Right.
So
pass it down.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I know that you recently been working with a youth group. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, well, the youth group is called Project Manhood. And so what that is, that's basically about redirection and reinvention of juvenile delinquents, where they go to boys' home for a few months, and I encourage them to see that as a place of opportunity, not a dead end. You know what I mean? This is the opportunity for you to look at your life and say, well, this moment forward, I'm gonna be this. And we talked about, embracing challenge. And a lot of people, a lot of us, even for myself, the biggest challenge that I met when I wanted to transform my life was me rejecting that future. Me rejecting those dreams that I had based on somebody else's view of me.
Gotcha.
And living in their light and what they seen for me instead of what I really, really, truly desire for myself. So just,
Well, working with the young people, I want to ask a question. Do you see that a lot of them are angry? And when you find those ones that are angry, what are some of your words of guidance to kind of get rid of that anger?
Well, I teach them to embrace it, embrace the anger, and don't look at whatever your situation. Don't let the anger control you, but embrace it. Why are you angry? Let's see why you're angry. It's situation, circumstance, and most of the time it's something that something that you can control. Your reaction to the thing. It's not really bad. You're just the perspective on it is making you angry. So can we change the way you view it? And so most of the time I can get them in that moment to react to it differently because they can see something, see an opening, an opportunity within that circumstance or situation. And if I get them to that point, then I can get them to speak life in a new moment, like transform it. You get what I'm you try, kind of like it's like, okay, I see
redirect.
Redirect everything. Like, and it's not me doing it; it's the way they view it, and then the way they interact with the situation. So, and that's what I do on a consistent basis, even with older gentlemen. Maybe they're at their job and their boss is getting on their nerves. Well, I need to hear the whole situation so I can get them to ask them questions to redirect their focus.
Right.
Well, what can you change about that?
Right.
How can you see that?
Right.
Well, let's see. Can you see it like this? And most of the time they say, I never seen it like that. Maybe, possibly, yeah.
Right.
Whole life change.
And that's interesting because sometimes if you just try to see it from the other person's perspective, will change your whole thought process about the same situation.
Every time.
That is some food for thought. But what we are going to do, we are going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and do some motivational thinking. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Will you marry me? Will you marry? What's going on, family? It's your boy Jeff Morrell. I am here with my man Nathan Jacobs. He has an incredible project called Look Forward. I had an amazing opportunity to work on 2 songs on this record. One called Perfect Love and the other one called Show Me Your Face. You'll love it. Go to all platforms to pick it up. iTunes, Spotify, Rhapsody, anywhere you can find music, YouTube, it's there. You need this project in your life. I feel like y'all will be calling me to do your wedding for Perfect Love. Let's go. I'm available for bookings. We are available for bookings. Let's go. Nate Jacobs, Look Forward. Peace.
Will you marry me? Will you?
It's time to hear from you. Welcome to Point of Welcome back. So we're actually going to do a motivating with words segment. So I'm going to throw out some words, and I want you to speak to somebody through those words. Okay?
Let's do it.
Courage.
Just act on life. Act in the moment of life. Act in the moment. As soon as that idea pops up in your mind that you're afraid of, act in that moment. Call somebody. Write it down. Make a move. That's courage.
Okay. Focus.
Whatever you give your energy to, that's what you're focused on. So everybody has a focus, every single person has a focus. When you sit down on that couch and you turn on that TV, your focus was to grab the remote and turn on the TV. Put that same energy, that same thought into whatever dream you have. Write it down step by step. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and execute.
Okay. Esteem.
When you walk in a room, know that you're supposed to be there. Whatever room you're in, know that you're supposed to be there, and that the value you add is tremendous. Tremendous. And so when you esteem yourself in that regard, when you walk in that room, you can esteem others. You can encourage them. You can inspire them just by the way you walk.
Hope.
We all need hope. Hope is the beginning of new life. Hope is the beginning of the expression of happiness, of joy, of peace. Hope. Hope. Continue to hope, and you'll continue to live life, and life in abundance.
Last word, confidence.
Confidence. Confidence is something that you develop over time. The more and more you do a thing over and over and over again, you become confident in that. Or become confident in yourself every day. Speak to yourself, I can and I will. It's not only just possible, because anything in life is possible, but you can and you will. You can and you will survive. You can and you will achieve. You can and you will. And you are already a success listening to this right now. Confidence.
All right. Now, you do the motivational videos for Phenomenal Way.
Yep.
I want you to think about one of the topics that you've already shared in one of your previous videos and just kind of give them a piece or a taste of what is expected when they log on to your videos for Phenomenal Way.
Imagination. Imagination is the most wonderful thing and the most valuable talent we all as humans have. if you got enough imagination and enough love, you can accomplish anything. Every business is built off of imagination. And the further your imagination grows and goes is the further you grow and go. And the people around you grow and go. So imagination is key to building anything. Read, educate yourself. Imagination. Imagine yourself in the stars. Imagine yourself riding the car that you want to drive. Imagine yourself on that jet. Just sit back. Imagine yourself. Imagine yourself smelling like the way you want to smell. Imagine your relationships the way you want your relationships to be. Imagine your children being and developing the way that you want to see them develop. Imagination is very key and very vital.
Okay. So if someone wanted to get in contact with you, again, with your many hats, they might need a cut. They might need an actor. They might need a motivational speaker. How could they get in contact with you?
Well, you can contact me on Instagram at Mr. Phenomenal _17 or the Phenom _17. And then you can log on to my Facebook page, Joel Payne, or call me directly, 302-256-2792. And let's just rap. Let's make an appointment. Let's rap. Let's get the rest of our life started today, now. Let's be encouraged. Let's be inspired. Let's transform not only our life, but our community and the world.
See, I gotta throw my motivational to be the best you that you can.
Well, you already doing it. Shoot, what's your point of view? Phenomenal.
Thank you so much for coming out, talking to us, dropping those words of encouragement and empowerment, and we will definitely see you again.
I appreciate you having me here, Joy.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in, and until next time, have a good evening.
Take me back to where we were before. Summer 2012 was the best I ever known. 'Cause one of those days you came my way, made it hard to stay away. I felt the chemistry on it. Was it written on my face when you gave me a time and place and took me on the perfect date? Oh, oh, look at how far we've come, far we've come, how far we've come, far we've come, and how far we've come, far we've come, how far we've come, far we've come. Yeah, we were really cute back then, but let's get to the truth. Back when it wasn't always easy, you did your best just to please me. And even when I gave you a hard time and couldn't tell you what was on my mind, oh, you were persistent. Made sure I knew what I'd be missing. How far we've come, far we've come, how far we've come, far we've come, and how far we've come, far we've come, how far we've come, far we've come. The naysayers, heartbreakers, debaters, and player haters will do what they will, but here we are still. The naysayers, heartbreakers, debaters, and player haters will do what they will, but here we are still. Look at how far